think there'll ever be peace with the cops?
Hell no, it's not gonna be peace with cops because it's too far gone now, bro. It probably would have been peace before they had the cell phones out with all the cameras. But now, they've been busted. They've been busted clearly killing people on camera. You can't lie anymore. It's not my word. It's camera they're being busted on. So those people who didn't watch that then developed a deeper hate. The community always was, the black community, even the Mexican community, always was different, always was distant from the police. But these last 5 years has put a hole in it to where it'll never be peace. It's too many dead, man. It's too many people dead, and it's too many officers who didn't walk. It's not that they're killing them, they're getting away with it. So this will never heal. It'll never heal what we got going on with the police. I don't give a damn what they say, it would never heal. It would never heal. They got got a lot of people got payback in their mind for police. They got a lot of people, and they gonna stop them from solving crimes, but the shit they did is really gonna stop them from solving crimes. The people ain't talking to you. People don't want to talk to y'all, how you gonna talk to somebody that killed your nephew? And when I'm saying like that killed your nephew, how we look at it is if one cop do it, we take it on all the cops. And that's not how it's supposed to be because they got some good cops. But I'm telling you how we look at it in the community. Cops is, cops, even if they know they did wrong, if a cop with his best friend and he kills somebody, a cop is going to take that cop side. Even if he kills him wrong, he's going to take that cop side. That's his brother, man. That's his brother. That's just like my brother. I'm taking my brother's side.
Right. If one of your kids, male or female, told you that they want to be a cop, what would you tell them?
Hey, it's not. You know why I know it would happen? Because all my sons hate the police.
Okay. Okay. Hold on a second. Why do your sons all hate the police?
They witnessed secondhand what the police have done to me. They done been in cars with me getting pulled over, harassed. I lean them that way also. I'm gonna keep it real. I lean them that way also. That's how my dad raised me. My dad raised me to hate a cop. My dad, I saw my dad go to jail twice. I saw him beat my dad for pissing on side of damn washing mat and took him to jail in front of me. My dad always trained me to hate the cops. I've been dealing with cops since I was 9 years old. A cop harassed me. I used to get money out for a cop till I was 18 years old. A cop harassed me, said I busted his window out when I was 9 years old. He came, jumped out the car, gave me a wedgie. I went to the hospital. I used to get money till I was 18. I've been having a hatred for cops. It's like breaded in me. And it's just breaded in my sons too. We don't talk to cops. My son was in Walmart one day. This shit crazy. And we was in Walmart. And the cop told my son, what's up, little man? What's your name, man? You got a little swag on you, man. You got your nice little clothes on. You see, I can't tell you my name. I don't talk to police. And walked off. Police was just looking like, that's how it is. I don't feel a cop can help me in no way.
In no way?
Nah, I feel like cops can't help me. I feel like cops just can't help me. I'm just torn, man. When you torn between something, I done had cops do it all to me, man. I've been, as a teenager, it didn't get no better. As an adult, it got worse.
Well, but here's the difference, though, right? You grew up outside the law, right? And you were still hustling. I mean, we talked about this last time. You were hustling up until you got to a certain point in your life where you felt, okay, like this rap money is doing better than this drug money.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and just focus my life completely on this and not do nothing. Put them on a certain side with the law. They're gonna be growing up as long as you keep doing well for yourself and giving them the opportunities. They're gonna grow up with a different perspective of the police. Yes, they have their father's perspective and his stories and a couple of things they saw, but as a whole, they're going to be growing up middle class, upper class, however it is that they do it. So they're going to have a different perspective. So they're not necessarily going to feel the same way about police in terms of their own free will, outside of what you tell them.
I don't know. Like my kids, my sons take what I say to heart, man.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So it's been a while. Been real busy with work, so I really had a chance to really put a video out. Just commenting on this video. I had recorded a video, Lil Boosie, a rapper. I just happened to be scrolling through YouTube and have been listening to a lot of his stuff lately. And one of the subjects that touched down on my heart with police and his reason for hating the police and teaching his kids that, it kind of struck me a little bit. So just want to put a little commentation on it. Again, this is his opinion, not police. So he speaks on his perspective as a voice, because he's a celebrity. He's a rapper. He has a followers. He has a platform. So when he speaks these things about the police, a lot of people in the comments I read, they agree with his perspective. And that comes from experience. That becomes of being raised in the hood and raised in these different places. So his perspective that don't trust the police, don't talk to him, it's viewed worldwide. It's viewed, not say worldwide, but nationwide in a lot of our black communities. So it's just interesting for him to say that he doesn't trust the police. He saw his dad get attacked. He saw his dad get harassed. He was harassed on multiple occasions, and developed this mindset that the police are the enemy. And again, I don't disagree, because again, I had my experiences where police harassed me on certain occasions. So I understand this stigma. I understand the reason that a lot of African American males, especially males, even females, feels the way that they feel about police. It takes work to make these changes. It's going to take time. It's going to take work. It's going to take a little good act at a time to give people a perspective to change. When it comes to the trust, it's not there. The trust between the community and the police is eroded. And basically he's just confirming what a lot of people are saying. It's just that instead of doing what they're trained to do as law enforcement officers, enforcing the law, they're taking advantage of their law and of the law and using that as a weapon. And that's because, you shouldn't be going in people's pockets and searching and frisking. You shouldn't be taking stuff out of pockets and throwing money, in the interstate. You shouldn't be cutting up people's property. You don't have a warrant to search. You don't have a probable cause to go in someone's vehicle. You shouldn't be doing that. I think he made himself a target, because he's black. He has a little money. He's known. He has a platform, so he's probably, I could say, he was targeted, and he was exposed. His kids, he's teaching his kids. It's kind of like racism, because we teach our, when racism is being taught from black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter what race you are. You're teaching your children the same thing. You're telling him, your sons and daughters, not to have the same mindset as you, to not talk to the police, to not engage with the police, to, continue to have that same hate passed down, just like his dad taught him. He taught his sons that, his daughters that. So I kind of disagree, but again, I'm neutral. I mean, I understand, but in order to break a trend, you have to, teach the child, your generation better, and again, there's nothing wrong with saying, be mindful, don't be a fool, have some sense and discernment when you're dealing with the police. But I wouldn't teach my kids to hate them. They're going to have their opinions, and again, it's from experience. You live in certain neighborhoods, there's certain things you would not say or you should not say. In a way, and as he spoke, Lil Boosie spoke, he said that, there's some good cops. But like I said, like I always say, and I agree, that one cop that does wrong, the next cop come right behind them, the community's going to see him as wrong too. They're not going to give him a chance to even say, okay, I'm actually not the same person. I'm going to actually do right and treat people with respect. So that stigma continues to domino effect all the way down, and it causes these issues we have today. to teach the kid, you know what I'm saying, a 6-year-old, you know, to, you know, not even correspond to police. And, you know, the police officer's probably just saying something, you know, saying he looked good or whatever case may be. And, you know, he's being respectful and saying something positive. He takes it, you know, I don't even, you know, want to even engage. And that mindset is going to continue to stick with him until he gets older. And then he's going to be in the same mindset as his dad. And it was just like Boosie's dad was the same way with him. And it's going to continue to pass down and pass down. And this is where the problem starts. This is why, again, the youth is so important to reach out to. We have to stop the trend and start something new. This continuous trend is going to cause the disruption to be even worse. You know, we have to change this trend. So, again, the positive things about this organizations that we're pushing. I mean, he's an activist in his own right, you know what I'm saying? And, again, it's like anything else. You have your experiences, and that is from your perspective is one way when you have the experience. But you're doing activism work. You're speaking on things you've seen in the neighborhood. You've seen corruption and mistreatment of when police officers do conduct on the scene and do the things they need to do. You see that stuff, so people tend to have that negative effect. So we have to continue to get police officers engaged with the community, see positivity. It's like the more positive, the less stigma. The more negative, the less positive stigma. So the more we see negative, we're going to continue to hate police. We're going to continue to not trust the police. We're going to continue to see stuff that we gang-related shootings, stuff not getting solved, cases not getting solved, people not coming forward. You know, and also and I always say this too, as a devil advocate piece. What are we doing to contribute to that? You know what I'm saying? If you have a profile, I talked about racial profiling when we talked about, you know, your looks, your actions, what you're doing. You know, everyone's watching you. So if you're acting a certain type of, you know, engage a certain type of behavior, you're going to get targeted. You know what I'm saying? And it's not right because, you know, anybody should have that freedom to go and do what they please as long as they're within the confines of law. But, you know, fortunately, we're not in a perfect world. So people are going to have their prejudices. People are going to have their perspectives on people.